everyone, how are you doing today? Hope everyone is doing wonderful, amazing. Even in this limited time, we have to fight everything just to stand in our power. Thank you for visiting my channel again, and please do not forget to drop your likes, shares, and hit the subscribe button, of course, for those who are new, and do not repeat it or I'll send you out. It has been a long time since my last motivation, since I used to compose song for you, and then due to the current situation where there are lockdown again, so I feel necessary to bring this topic to you. But promise me, take whatever resonate with you and leave it doesn't, since not everyone feel resonate with a piece of my mind. The topic for today is fear, fear mongering. Fear is not just man's biggest enemy, but has become the world's biggest enemy. Agree or disagree? If you disagree, better you get out. I do not need you here. Fear is the main source of superstition and one of the main source of cruelty to control others. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. Quote by Bertrand Russell. For your information, I add a piece of words, control others. The original doesn't sound like that, but I add to control others, since to remind you that you can be controlled by those who has their agenda. So be careful. Fear is the mind distracted illusion created by the subconscious, run by false self-belief. Fear is the destructive mechanism mind produces which hinders growth and success. So if you want to be unsuccessful, just succumb to fear. Fear is procrastination that feeds in indecisiveness, and inaction ends up in stagnation, deadly failure, and stagnant boredom. Why fear must be casted away as soon as it creeps in to distract your plan. Fear cannot be separated from human evolution, since each individual has often been bombarded by fear in their life journey. But if you train yourself daily through affirmation, incantation, meditation, and prayer, any fear can be combated. I promise you. If not solved immediately, any growing fear is like leech or worm that can slowly sucking out your life force, let you drain mentally, emotionally, and physically sick or ill. Why fear is dangerous? A non-productive mental attitude and fast emotion to your well-being, life journey, goal, and success. It is like defeat declaration before the battle starts. The war has not yet come. You already surrender to the unknown. The more you fear, the less productive you are, and the most likely you lose the battle. If you don't believe, just try living in fear all day long. To overcome fear is by facing it and working it. Feed the subconscious mind that fear is just an illusion and the outcome might be very surprisingly wonderful than the haunted fear itself. Even the famous world-class motivator or coach has experienced fear and trauma in their childhood. So not only you and me or the world, but everyone, every successful individual has undergone such kind of fear. The broken home child, like Anthony Robbins, has background history of broken home with no university graduation background, burdened by obesity problem and lack of confidence. Why confidence is important in gearing one to achieve or accomplish his mission or success. Sitting on the roof of his house one night, he convinced himself that he wanted to change his life by walking the fear. He tried hard to gain his self-confidence by doing affirmation and incantation every day. If necessary, he walked around the room talking loudly as if he was talking in front of vast audiences. He worked hard to gain normal weight and joining coaching session. Now he stands up in front of thousands of audiences giving coach. He becomes world-class motivator. Even Nick Fujikiv, who is limbless, legless, is also a product of childhood fear and trauma, but he can defeat his fear by builds up his self-image to be a world-class motivator even in his limitation. And how about you who are perfect in physical posture but sitting idle doing nothing? You should be ashamed of Nick Fujikiv, who has no limb and no leg but still can be your leader, your motivator. I'm not trying to belittle or discourage you, but trying to encourage you to be more successful than these two motivators. One is obesity, one is limbless, but they still can get up and fight the world and be the winner. So you have to follow their step. What is fear? Who can answer me? Stand up. I will give you a takeaway gift. Travel around the 10 wondrous world worth visiting. Of course, I cannot afford to give you such a ticket. Fear is simply due to the fact that you are not living life to its fullest. You are living in your trapped mind. Your fear is always about what is going to happen next. What will other people say about you? What happens when you lose your job? How if you cannot afford to pay your rent? How if you die of COVID tomorrow? How if your friends disapprove your plan or project? How if your partner reject or abandon you? How if you grow old alone? This is classical excuses. Classical fear. That means your fear is always about things that doesn't exist yet. If your fear is about the non-existent, your fear is absolutely your self-created illusion. If you are suffering the non-existential, it is insanity, not infinity. If we are suffering anything which doesn't exist, it is built up superficial insanity, right or not? If you said not right, then you must be categorized as the one insane. I like to teach you what causes fear. People always focusing on what happened yesterday or what will happen tomorrow. They do not focus on what happens now. Now, in the moment when you are listening to me, when I am talking here, right at the moment. So your fear is about things that happen in the past or things that doesn't exist yet. This shows that you are still living in the past, not in the moment or the projected future that you want to occur. Simply because you are not rooted in reality, in this beautiful momentum in time. You are always rooted in your deceptive mind. Remember, mind control body. You lack of gratitude towards your precious moment. Mind is one part of it is memory. Another part of it is imagination or illusion. Both of them are in one way imagination, since both of them doesn't exist right now in this moment. You are lost in your imagination. That is the basis of your fear. Sorry, Miss Pal. You were rooted in reality, if you were rooted in reality, there would be no fear like nowadays. Fear of the virus. Who said you are not afraid of virus? I will send you to the hospital to experience the new variant Delta. Beta and theta, like the stages of sleeping. The virus also has a brand name. Gimmick. The negative effects of fear. You must decide whether you have come here to experience life or to avoid living precious life. If you have come to experience life, one thing that is needed is the intensity, being empowered. If you do not embrace intensity, you will experience a meager life, or I call it living in survival mode. No purpose. purpose, no goal, no mission. Mission impossible. I'll teach you to be possible. Then come closer. The moment you use fear as a tool to protect yourself, your intensity will drop to zero. Not ground zero, of course. Once it goes down and down, your ability to experience life has gone with the wind. Of course, not the movie. You become insane, out of your mind. You will never experience anything fantastic or aesthetic because you are fearful. You lose your energy, vitality. You cannot enjoy life anymore. You cannot sing, cannot dance like me. You cannot laugh, you cannot cry, you cannot do anything that life's supposed to be. You can only sit stuck and grieve about past life experiences and all the risk of the future that you project. Then, how to overcome fear? Fear is not a product of life. Fear is a product of hallucinatory mind. You suffer from things that doesn't exist since you are rooted not in reality but in your mind, which is constantly eating up on your past or reminiscing about your past failure or your broken relationship. Who has never experienced broken heart? Come forward. I will find a magnificent dating partner, free dating. I will pay everything for you and bring the lady love to your life. Just you try dating again. At the most, you will die. Nothing more. At least you live before you die, since anyway you will die someday. Of course, not virus, not a virus. You can plan your tomorrow, but you cannot live your tomorrow. But right now, people are living in tomorrow and in past of fear. The only thing you can do about is to face the reality and living in the present moment, in the being like me, dancing around, entertaining you. If you respond to what is there right now and not imagine something that doesn't exist yet, there is no room for fear. Once the hallucination is gone, no more fear. You will not imagine something that doesn't exist. You will respond to what exists right now, right here in front of you, not me. Since I'm dancing, romancing the moon. Please look at it and see what the hell can happen after that. At the most, you will die, nothing more. At least you live before you die. Since anyway you will die. You are not wishing upon yourself. If allowed, everyone will choose to live hundreds, right or not? Agree or not? There is really no security with life. It is just a question of how gracefully and how much freedom you live this life. If you have lived, it will be worth living and worth dying. Otherwise, life will be a regret and death will be wasteful. Wasteful. There are several kinds of fears. First, fear of death is collective fear nowadays. Agree or disagree? This is trending topic of nowadays. Fear of death. Scared to death of COVID-19. Since end of 2019, this collective fear be the only one that can control human in this planet Earth. It is not to say that this virus doesn't exist, but just to remind you that your fear is the main trigger of your weakened immune system. Yes, there are deaths and victims of this virus around the globe, but need to evaluate the percentage of death in comparison to other deadly diseases such as cancer, heart attack, accident, or maybe tuberculosis or uh, stroke. You need precaution, not a fearful mind to deal with this virus. Follow the right medical protocol, but not in excessive, as if you are going to be the next victim tomorrow. You are living like this. You are sending signal to your body that your fear is bigger than your immunity. Do not live in fear of death or survival mode. It is not allowing your immune system to perform at its peak level. The fact that your gene is super genius, it can boost your immune system if you know how to maximize your energy level, not to deplete it or bombard it with fear, worry, anxiety, or threat. Or terror like nowadays. Unconscious, you have been living under threat, not just fear. Changing your brain and body so you can live in the present and future. I mean projected future that you want it to be, not in the past, of course. So try to always connect to the present and future instead of the past. Let the past be in the past. Drop it. When you are connected to the past, you are looking for it. If you are looking for it, you are separated from life. If you are being in the moment, then you will see complete change in your energy level. If you change your energy, you can change your life. Nobody will change until they change their energy. This is the secret of success, I tell you. Before that, I also live in survival mode, not knowing what to do, always fear of the unknown. But after I change my energy, I change my life. I can give you motivation. I can compose song. I can create whatever I want to do. This is not mean to boast me. I'm just giving an example of changing your energy, to change your outcome. If you are being in the moment, then you will see complete change in your energy level. The best moment is when you get beyond your body, become infinite potential. Majority of your thoughts and feelings are connected to sexuality. Who disagree? You always think about the sex, so even you are still doing your office job or uh, doing your routine, your mind is directed to the sex. Victimization, guilt, suffering, shame, unworthiness, insecurity, self-doubt, or your feeling of importance. Uh, not mean importance. I mean importance, like your ego, control, fear, anxiety, anger, hatred, frustration, and judgment. Who said never judge? We all tend to judge each other more often if we dislike someone, right or not? Do not be hypocrite to not to admit. I will not punish you. I will give you award. Let you be registered in the Guinness Book of Record. This is survival mode, and it is energy consumer if you are living in survival mode, carrying all this energy, the negativity. When you keep drawing the energy from vital life force and turning into chemistry, you are robbing your body from energy. If overdoing it consistently, no energy left for growth and repair. You are living in survival mode. You can eat the right food, do the right thing, but you are living in fear and anxiety and viewing your world from the worst case scenario of what can possibly happen. So you cannot achieve your success since you let your energy be drained by this negative emotion all day long, all the year. There is no energy for healing, no energy for growth and repair. So how can your immune system combat the virus, the COVID-19, if you are living in the fear energy? The majority of your thoughts are signaling your certain circuit brain that signal neuropeptide, that is hormonal center. You are taking thoughts and store as energy living survival mode. Independency on this situation. You are emotionally prepared for the worst case scenario. So you are expecting the best but preparing for the worst. How can you manifest? That is why many people, if they are fear of COVID-19, then they will incidentally take of the virus and then suffer of COVID-19 since they are preparing for the virus instead of avoiding it. You train your brain to program your body to your whole life conditioning into fear, anxiety, and worry. Then how can you boost your immune system? Do not be surprised that your body give up to fight against the virus, since you keep conditioning your body and telling it to fear, and then it lose its immunity and fighting mode. It is your mistake, not your immune uh, body mistake. You are signaling and training your immunity, since you deprive the energy into overthinking about the probability of getting the virus. That is why many people suffer from COVID-19. No wonder, since day in and day out, starting from morning to night, they only read the media narration about the increase of the number of uh, victims of the COVID-19. I tell you, better not to read all the news that can distract your mind and your immune system. Use your energy and time for productive things, like maybe singing or dancing or listening to music that can increase your energy level to the positivity, so you can create. In order to avoid this virus, do not overthink about it. Take for granted all the negative news. Just focus on the positive news, increasing your consciousness and your vibration. That is the optimal goal of staying healthy and prosperous and abundance. Like me, always smiling, laughing, and dancing around, giving you motivation. Second, fear of being not good enough. Holy moly, not good enough. I'm sure everyone once in their lifetime also experienced this fear. Maybe during school time, getting bullied by their peers, and then they feel not good enough. Most emphatic and overly good people suffers from this kind of fear. They always try hard to sacrifice their happiness by giving up their power to external factors. They try to fulfill others' needs than their own. How hard they try, they will never fulfill the need of the outsider, since most opportunists will use this kind of overly empathic person. Instead of helping to balance or anchoring their own growth, they put more and more pressure and drain their energy out, overthinking of other people who come and give bad opinion and then try to drain their energy. They succumb to this kind of fear. How much they put in their energy, they end up being labeled as not enough. Being labeled as not enough, not good enough, not having enough money, not giving enough attention, not providing enough time, not putting enough effort to make the connection prosper, etc., etc., and the list goes on to Europe. So if you want to please everyone by focusing on the external, and then later on you bring me the list. Your list can go to Europe or to Paris. So instead of being confident martyr, they end up being trapped by the opportunists. Remember, nobody has the stake in someone else's life. Or you want to sell your life to me? I do not need it since I don't have money to pay you. Next, fear of being rejected. Succumb to fear of not qualified, whether in workplace or courtship arena. All humans are born equal. You are blessed with uniqueness, with good, powerful traits: humble, loving, caring, compassionate, trustworthy, conscientious, masterful, skillful, talented, and most of all qualified. No need to feel less than others or to compare yourself to other people who is successful than you. Who are successful than you. You do not need money to win friendship or connection. Good people do not make their choice based on money or material possessions. If you one day find someone who make their choice based on this, better run away, blues, to me. I will kick you out. The true connection flourishes from the purity of the heart, not status symbol or authority power. Like nowadays, you find in society so many people try to climb the ladder of success since they are afraid of being rejected. Cast away all the fear. Be thankful if someone doesn't choose you, since lack of financial matter. It is the stroke of your luck, not to be entrapped as their money-making machine or money slave. Next, fear of abandonment. This fear usually triggered by childhood trauma in which parents do not give attention to their children. Train yourself to forgive the past. Let go of the fear and accept yourself as the most loving being. Like me, accepting myself, always telling myself I'm capable. Just joking. Do not take everything seriously or you will getting old soon. Humor makes you younger, stay younger forever. Tell yourself that you are laughing and laughable, and since God is love, He will always be with you, and nobody can claim ownership of you or abandon you due to the fact that you belong only to God. If people abandon you, they have no staying power and not worthy of your precious time. So shake your shoes and then leave the ground. Come back to me. All people faith is in God's hand. So why measure your happiness from external factors? Happiness is in you, and God knows what and who is good for you. He will sure present you with someone who is your divine partner, who will balance every aspect in your life, emotional, mental, physical, as well as spiritual. Next, fear of the unknown. This kind of fear can bring total loss in your life. This lack of confidence can lead you to nowhere. Such a pity going nowhere. You are supposed to go somewhere, not nowhere. If you put trust in God, you must not see from your human perspective, but through the lens of God. There is always bigger and beautiful plan destined for you. If God closes one door, He wants you to exit from the other one. So do not just sit on the closed door waiting for Godot. And then not God's coming, but Godot. Godot is the devil, demon. Once I had experienced this kind of fear after my old house being devastated by my neighbor. Confused of the unknown, after being advised by my friends and family that they were not capable of any help, and asked me to back off from any legal conflict with the wealthy people. Consulting my pastor and gaining support to fight with the protection of God through His appointed aides, I win the case. I can afford to get a bigger house elsewhere. Thank God for blessing me and for supporting me not to succumb or buy into the fear of the unknown. This is just an example. God has a better plan for us in the unknown. So you have to go beyond your fear to your infinite potential to face the unknown. That is a gentleman or a gentlewoman way of tackling fear. Trust and never fear the unknown. There is always beautiful rainbow after the storm. So do not fear of the storm. Just believe that after the storm you will see the rainbow. Fear is a feeling that hinders progress and success. Just face it and fight for what you fear of. Cast away all kinds of fears into God's hand and ask for His strength and protection. Take a baby step today and run a marathon tomorrow. Choose to group with positive people who will give encouragement and empowerment instead of discouragement. Do not just trust blindly, even if the advice comes from close family member. If it is not in tune with your desire and higher intention, there is no need to take that kind of advice. Find second opinion from people whom you trust the most, such as your spiritual leaders or your friends. At least they can support with meditation and prayer to help push your confidence. take it or lose it. If you are a gentleman, you will try to take the challenge, not just surrender before the battle starts. Do not try it, or you will forever regret to keep telling yourself the stories of why you never try it. You are go-getter person. You are persons of excellence. You are all divinely guided if you choose to live according to your highest truth. Why fear? God is the never ending provider. You have been granted tools to craft your future. The risk taker one are just a step away since they take a leap of faith and comes out as winners. You all can be champion in your own arena. Depends on how brave you are. Not all successful people has to deal with money or to start their business with money. There are great, admirable, legendary figures who has been chosen to help many people out of their poverty with nothing, just with their courage, their inspiration, motivation, their ideas. So not just money needed to be successful. Take note on this, okay? People who are successful, they start small. You are human of vision and of great mission. Dream big, start small, and aim big, and share your goodness or your achievement. Be unstoppable. Promise me, okay? Next time, when I come to give you motivation, I want to check your list of accomplishment. You have to present me your list, what you have done during the period of COVID, while you are still having ample of time in your home. You can do anything based on your passion and your talent. So do not just sit idle doing nothing and report nothing to me, okay? I want to see the result. You have to bring me the result. So I can give you a flying colors. I like people who are motivated, who can be inspired to come out, to bring the best out of their infinite potential, not just bury their talent in the Atlantic Ocean or Antarctica. The end and beginning. The beginning and the end is Antarctica. You can check in the Google or Wikipedia to find out what is Antarctica. Just a brief description. How I can start doing my mission here. It is not due to money or my ambition to be successful or to be acknowledged by the world. Far from that. I just want to share whatever I can do with the world. So not expecting anything in return like money or popularity. That is why if you do not want to help me, it is your free will. I never ask anybody to contribute to me. At least you are willingly to give your like, shares, and subscribe. But this is not for popularity or for money matter. As long as I can do something for people, be the light beam for other people to follow my lead, that is the big recognition for me. Since it is not the recognition that I'm looking for, God is the recognition. I'm the recognition itself. Uh, Thank you for listening to my video, and please do not forget to come back again and again next time, since I'm going to compose song and then make poem and then make story. Pray for me, okay? See you next time. Bye bye. Sending you lots of love and light. Blink, blink, wink, wink, wink. Laughter is the best medicine. Take note on that. Try to laugh often, and then you can manifest your goal. Swear by the moon and the sun. This is Lily's motto. Bye.